This week we have hella supportive energy. No tense transits. Let's use it. Welcome back to the Hella Fluid Collective podcast. I'm your host, Sarah, and I love astrology and also using it as a tool for small business owners. On this episode, we are talking about the astrology for the week of March 31st through April 6th. And let me tell you, there is a big transit happening, but it is super supportive, and it's followed by two other really supportive transits, and that's it. There's no tense transits. Last week and the week before that and the week before that have been kind of intense. We've had a lot of planets going retrograde. We were in eclipse season, but I promise you, April is a much better month. March was a little wild, okay? But April, I have been waiting for April all year. So if you want to hear more about April, I just released the April month ahead forecast. So make sure you go check that out because there's lots of good, juicy things and things that are really hopeful, okay? So if you've been feeling you've been feeling out of it, if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling unmotivated, all these things, whatever it may be, the things that don't feel great, then that podcast episode will give you some hope. While you're here, make sure you subscribe because I post lots of content like this that will help you and you can help me and we can be a family. Last thing, make sure you sign up for my newsletter where you can get that month ahead horoscope to your inbox. You can find all the information you need in the description below. That will be going out this week, so make sure you sign up now so you can get all that information straight to your inbox. You can watch the video on YouTube, but the newsletter itself will have a link to the blog, which will have a lot more information, and it's really great if you want to watch or listen to the video. You can listen to it on podcasts, on Apple or Spotify, and then go back to the blog and just skim along as the month goes on. It's a great way to use those resources. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. The first day that we have an exact transit is Wednesday, April 2nd, and it's a big one, okay? I might talk about this for a little minute. I talk about it a lot on the month ahead forecast, so I'll do my best to not totally repeat what's going on. So on Wednesday, we have what's called a minor grand trine between Saturn, Uranus, and Mars. So let's break this down. A minor grand trine. I always get really excited about this. A minor grand trine means we have a little triangle going on in the sky. We have 3 planets at play and they're all connecting with each other. A grand trine is when they're all 120 degrees away from each other, which would mean they're all forming a trine with each other. A minor grand trine is when 2 of them are forming a sextile and then that outer one is a trine. All of this is very technical talk. The main point is that this is super supportive. So we have Saturn, which is the planet of responsibility, of discipline. It's about doing the hard work to get to your long-term goals. It's about longevity. Mars is about taking action and the way we assert ourselves, our desires, our motivation, and also how we deal with conflict. So these two, Saturn and Mars, are forming a trine with each other. But both of them are forming a sextile on opposite sides to Uranus. So Uranus is the focal point of this Grand Minor Trine, which means the energies of Saturn and Mars get projected through Uranus. So Uranus is our relationship to liberation, freedom, and it often brings a lot of unexpected change or sudden change in order for us to break free from the normal way of thinking so that we can take a closer step to independence or freedom. So putting all of these energies together, it's really about having the motivation to make sustainable changes for the long term. I like to think of this energy as sustainable revolution, which is an exciting energy. And I will say with how things are going right now in the world, logically, it doesn't really make sense of how this is going to come to play. That sounds like just not where we're at all. But Uranus is the planet of unexpected change or sudden changes. So hello, we can't really expect what's going to happen. So I have high hopes that something really drastic is going to happen that can start to initiate this long-term change. Now, because they're outer planets and it's Saturn energy anyways, this is not instant change. Maybe there's a situation that comes up that suddenly changes the way that we're thinking about things or seeing things, or just, okay, this is a whole new situation now. But it's going to be a cycle for the changes to really come through, especially on a collective level. This is going to impact the collective and the individual in different ways. It's going to affect individuals depending on how it hits their chart and just because everyone's different. Now, this is the first time these two are making this connection. Saturn and Uranus are going to go through this little dance through the rest of this year, basically. Mars is really only in it for this time, so that feeling motivated, feeling energized to do something about that, this is going to be here. But Saturn and Uranus are going to connect in a sextile again in August. And then I think they connect one more time after that. I don't have the exact date for that, but it's in 2026. So again, this is part of a longer cycle. Now, Saturn is currently in Pisces and Uranus is in Taurus. So this brings our emotions and our intuition into this time, as well as our relationship to money and comfort and stability. When they touch down in August, Saturn will be in Aries, which brings an energy of new beginnings, initiation, and this kind of let's just do it and find out energy. And Uranus will be in Gemini, which is all about making more fast-paced change and in regards to the way we learn and communicate. Last thing I'm going to pull in here about this is that when they connect in August, a few weeks later, Neptune comes into the play as well and also forms a sextile with Uranus. So this brings another dose of intuition, creativity, compassion, and collectivism into this supportive energy and a bit of confusion, but that's okay. So we will be feeling this energy all week. We'll be feeling it all month. This is something that is ongoing, but it is exact on April 6th. It is exact on April 4th. And the fact that Mars comes in with exactitude on the same day is a big deal. It's a big deal. As for business owners, I would use this energy in these months to really dive into how can you get some of your time back. If you're somebody who has so much to do and is swept away with the business operations or social media tasks, whatever it is that you feel is taking a lot of your time, if you have the financial flexibility to, I would really start to consider hiring help. Because sextiles are all about making new connections that can come in and really help you out. So maybe you think you don't have enough, but really value your time here. I don't know, just really reconsider that relationship with financial stability, Uranus in Taurus, and really ask yourself, yes, it will cost you. Yes, you'll make more, but how much happier would you be if you didn't have to do a certain amount of things, certain tasks that really drain you? Could you put more back into your business that will then bring you more revenue? If you really truly cannot afford this, then what I suggest is to put yourself in business groups, meetups, whatever it may be, where you can connect with other business owners, because you can open yourself up to new ideas. And maybe you find out that there's a faster way or better way or different way of you doing something that then frees up your time. Either way, this is all about regaining some of your freedom for the long term. The next and last day that we have exact transits is Sunday, April 6th, and there's two of them. The first one is the Sun forming a sextile to Jupiter. Oh my gosh, lovely transit. We love when the Sun and Jupiter come together, and especially when it's a harmonious aspect. This is just a day full of joy, full of generosity, full of optimism. It's a great day to go do something a little different, expand your horizons, expand your perspectives, especially as it may relate to your sense of purpose or the way that you identify. Try something new, see what happens. As for business owners, I would make yourself really available for new opportunities because, and this really goes for everybody, Jupiter is the planet of opportunities. So there could be lots of things coming your way, or, some really great things that come your way. Maybe not a lot of them, but just the right one. The new moon in Aquarius back in January was speaking in harmony with Jupiter, and I had a lot of really fantastic opportunities come my way that were for the long run. So I'm excited to have another connection with Jupiter. Luck and timing is on your side with this transit. Later on that day, we have Venus, which is retrograding, forming a trine to Mars. Again, another supportive connection. Venus is all about the way we show up in relationships, love, finances, self-worth, the things that you value, and your relationship to beauty. Mars is the way we assert ourselves, our motivations, our desires, and taking action. There's a lot of energy with Mars. And because of that retrograde flavor, there is an energy that makes it easy, because trines bring ease, to reflect on how your actions may or may not align with your values. And it's not going to be like a slap in the face kind of way that we get with squares, but it could just be this moment of like, oh, I really like doing that. That felt really good. That is something, and you can just take note of like, okay, this is something that aligns with my values. I can see that now. Venus trine Mars also brings a lot of passion. And with Venus retrograding, this could bring up some past relationships that all of a sudden get this new spark of passion. This could also go for the things that you're interested in. Maybe you pick up a new craft or an old craft, go to your craft closet and start knitting again. I don't know. As for business owners, I would use this time to revisit some of your business relationships and see if there's anything else there that you could follow up on. Maybe there's a collaborator that you haven't spoken to in a while, and now there's something that they just launched that really aligns with something that you're doing right now. There could still be something there for you guys. All right, that's it for this week. It's a short week, but there is that really big transit that I'm super excited for to see how it plays out. If you're listening to this, you've probably already been feeling it. Maybe not. I don't know. It's been a lot of intense energy, but just know it's been building for a while and it'll dwindle out a little bit until it starts building up again until August. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. It helps other people find it so they can tap into the astrology as well. That'd be great. If you want daily reminders about all these transits that are happening, then come follow me on Instagram where I post them to my stories. Have a beautiful week, and until next time, stay hella fluid.